Okay. Okay. And so the last question, and I appreciate that
Sure.
all the time you give me. I really
Nope.
appreciate it. The last question is a relatively simple one. Can you encapsulate your general thoughts on your personal take on the Necronomicon, on its veracity, on its history, and on its legitimacy of those people who think it's like a real book, and its role in history?
Oh, I think I cannot comment on its veracity. That is it truly a Babylonian grimoire or magical text, I should say, not a grimoire, but a Babylonian magical text translated, because I haven't really spent that much time on it. I think what we can comment on with a fair degree of accuracy is its impact is stunning. I mean, it was published in what, 77, 78? It's been in print ever since. It is the subject of many, many side publication projects. It's had tremendous influence in popular culture. It has tremendous influence in occulture, you know, so that cannot be understated. Is it real? Well, the answer goes back to what I said. Yes, everything's real. Now, why does it work if it works? Well, that's a matter of a metaphysical view. But I think, as Brudy Eames said, it doesn't matter whether, you know, the unknown superiors or the gods or the demons or the elementals are real or not. The universe acts as if they are. And that's a real critical point. So what is the source of that activation potential? And that means it's deep within us. We are the activation potential. What many people don't understand is that when you undertake a spiritual path, you essentially recreate within yourself as a microcosm, as a small universe. You create and shape within yourself, not only psychologically, but even physically within your physical domain and your psychic structure, a representation of your view of the universe. And then how does that match reality or actuality? Yours is reality, it's relative to you, but then there's what's actually out there. Our goal is to, if you're on the path, is to make our relative view match the actual view. Doesn't always happen. And some of these views that you can create, of course, you can build within yourself entire psychic dimensions that are obsessed with these demonical forces, which ultimately leads to your own madness, death, and destruction. Or you can create magical views that are obsessed with, you know, the world is only goodness, which is in many ways a denial of just the fact that we kill to survive. You see that on every day. I mean, even if you're a vegan, you're still killing to survive. Somewhere there's some worms and bugs or something that got caught up in that cultivation process. So we're trying to understand the universe and our place in it as it is. And we have to look at these tools as, are they helping us or hindering us? But focusing on one aspect of it can leads to imbalance and more just suffering on our part. So is the Necronomicon real? Of course it is. Is it truly Babylonian? That's for scholars to decide. Will it work for you? I have no doubt. I've known people who've worked with it. The question is, what is working here? Is it the book, or is it them, or is it something external and a combination of these ideas? But that's where we get back to the egregor. The more people, or egregore, the more people who focus on the book as real, the more people who work on the book as real, brings about its activation potential to a higher and higher degree. That's where the mass psychosis or mass belief is important in so many of these practices. That's why you've got to be very careful about the people you hang out with.
That was a great answer, Mark. I appreciate it. And lastly, before we say goodbye, I always like to finish on a plug. So you've got Order Out of Chaos.
Yeah, coming out sometime next year. It's a gourmet edition of one of our series of extensive essays on for spiritual development. We consider it an intermediate to advanced course. It's just really a lot of good stuff that's going to be beneficial to anyone on their journey. So we look forward to that. Going to have some custom artwork too. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see that coming out. I look forward to it.
Very. Is it going to be a singular book, or it's a course?
I think it's going to be, well, it was a course, but it's going to be published as 2 volumes, 2 books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that Foolish Fish talked about that. I don't know if you're familiar with Foolish. Yeah, he has a great channel, and he was talking about the upcoming book. So, man, thank you so much, Mark. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss about anything you have coming up, or just anything in general?
Well, folks should really get over to the Institute for Hermetic Studies and take a look at our website, but also our platform on Teachable, because we've got a lot of courses there. And I encourage them to participate in our free course, Unfolding the Rose. It's 6 hours of material. It's there for your illumination and your access. And then, of course, we have other courses that are very, very reasonably priced. And we have active question and answer sessions, too, that people can participate in their coursework to meet with other people and make sense of it. Have good community and good communication. That is good, meaning beneficial and helpful to you. So we've got that going on. And again, Teachable, Institute for Hermetic Studies at Teachable. Go there, and we have our blog, Vox Hermes. You can find that through Googling. And of course, we have a Patreon page to help support some of our work. And you're free to become a Patreon supporter. Encourage that. But I also really encourage the coursework. Let's jump in and meet some folks and practices that are really, really going to benefit you now and into your future lives as well.
Awesome. That's great advice and a great way to close this. So, Mark, thank you again. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day and a great weekend and a great 2022.
Well, thank you. And everyone as well.
All right. Bye, Mark.